All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Can we get the lights back there, guys? All right, good morning. I am riding solo this morning. Bobby's daughter, Chelsea, is actually in the hospital right now, hopefully delivering her first child and Bobby's next grandchild. So good luck to the Chelsea and Holt. So we will take a look at January, and this is the ownership dashboard for January, so let's see how we're starting out the year. So the pest numbers, and again, this is all predicated, you recall we lost about a day and a half with the ice event, so the numbers were a little bit less than forecasted, but still ended up pretty solid. So pest division overall, 6.5%. Residential, 8%, commercial, and most of the commercial guys are in here this morning. Pretty solid at 9%. Like I said, we lost a little bit on the production side because of the ice. Termite, the one that's hard to predict, actually had a good month, 23.5% up to start the year. A little bit down in rodent. Mosquito, pretty negligible this time of year as you would expect. Good month in bedbug, actually, and pretty solid month in chem-free. So good start for the pest division at 6.5%. A little slow start for lawn starting out the year. You can see we were down overall, which doesn't occur very often. Lawn care up a hair. Lawn mowing actually up 16%. We sold a big lawn mowing commercial contract. We'll talk more about that later. Landscape off month for landscape, but irrigation 80% up, so great job to Keith Wimbish and his team there. Tree was down a bit, and holiday lights just some cleanup from last year, really. Home improvement had a fantastic month. Handyman up just a hair, but look at pool and window. Pool's still benefiting a little bit from the acquisition we made in San Antonio, but window 65% up, and again we'll talk a little bit more about that and why they were up so much, but that's great news for home improvement. Mechanical division continued their really solid last 6 months, and you can see just a little bit off in appliance repair, but electrical up nicely, HVAC off to a good start, plumbing with a fantastic month. Again, over $1 million in plumbing. That's one of the few times plumbing exceeds air conditioning. So fantastic job by our plumbers. And water quality also up 35%. Great month by the water quality guys. A little bit off to the start in Termi-Mesh for the year. But overall, guys, right at about 10%. So I think we would have been closer to 11 or 12 if we hadn't lost the day for the ice. But pretty solid start for the year. By market, you can see San Antonio or Austin kind of right at the average. San Antonio continuing its great streak, over 20%. College Station 17.6. Corpus Christi in the positive side of the ledger, which is always good. And then Rio Grande Valley, again, our newest and smallest branch, but they had a solid month, up 57%, so edging in on $30,000 a month there. And again, our satellites, Bastrop with a fantastic month. Bell County, Georgetown a little flat, some air conditioning last year and not this year up there, but overall pretty good. Marble Falls and San Marcos also with really good months. So good job by our satellites. We don't have a profit slide for December because it shows a lot of big losses for December. So what we're doing there, November was our last slide for last year, which is where we finished up for the bonus and had a really good year. So we don't do one for December because it's basically a big loss, and it takes us a while to figure that out because of the bonuses and some different accounting accruals that we make. But we'll have January's slide next month. So our receivables, again, doing a good job still. That's a good number for this time of year. So off to a solid start there. The gain-loss report usually shows a loss this time of year. Most of this is actually due to some adjustments on Termi-Mesh renewals, so take that out of there and lost the rest of the team, the rest of the locations really about break even, which is actually pretty good for this time of year. So we'll take that as a positive. Let's look at our turnover. We're something we've got to continue to work on. We're still ahead, unfortunately, of last year, which is not good. Our goal is to get that back to around the 19% range. So we'll be working on that. We are right at 1,000 employees, up about 50 from last year. And again, I guess I will point out our commercial pest team actually is one of the better groups since they're actually down in turnover. And then lawn and tree is also down in turnover and mechanical as well. So again, a few bright spots there, but overall we are up on turnover. Insurance reminders for new hires. Again, guys, if you start in November, December, and January, these are the effective date of your benefits. And don't wait until your effective date to enroll. You can enroll through Paylocity. Anytime you have any questions on that, you can obviously get with our HR team. They'll be glad to help you. Okay, let's talk about our wellness clinics. And they're all going to be in March. And what the wellness clinic does is allow you to get your wellness numbers done here, or you can see your own doctor. But you either must do the clinic or you must do your own doctor if you want the discount in reducing your premium contribution. So it's a big savings. So I suggest, it saves you $60 a month if you do this. The wellness clinics that are done at the offices, guys, are really efficient. They're easy to do. It's all private. It takes about 10 minutes. And it really is a good benefit. So we'll reserve the morning times for everybody in the field staff. And again, here are the days: San Antonio, 27th and 28th, Corpus, 29th, College Station, the 30th, and Austin, we've got 4 days, the 27th through the 30th, and we start at 6:30 in the morning. So again, you can reserve a spot online, so I suggest you do that. Again, it's really easy to do, and it's a really good benefit. It's just blood pressure, blood work, those kind of things. They do it real quick and easy, so I suggest you do that. Just a little benefit here that we're working with the United Way on. You can actually get your taxes done for free in certain cases. Kind of partner with these community centers. And again, there's some eligibility requirements in terms of how much you make, but you can either do it in person or you can do it online. So again, if you are not a tax expert and you want some help to do it, you can have that done for free. So get with the HR team and they can hook you up, or you can take a picture of this slide and there's a phone number there that you can call to get an appointment. So again, if you need help with your taxes, this is a great way to do that. From the DEI committee, did you know February is Black History Month, and that's been since 1976. So that's pretty cool. And then also just a little bit of information here on our tuition reimbursement through ACC and some scholarships through ACC. We've done that now for the past 7 or 8 years with the scholarships, and those are $3,000 scholarships. They're anybody's children in particular are eligible for the scholarships, but the tuition reimbursement as well. So if it furthers your education at ABC or in your current position, you can get some tuition reimbursement. And that information's in the handbook. And on the ACC scholarships, you can visit Austin CC EDU scholarship. So again, if you want more information on that, you can also get with the HR guys. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our safety goal. You'll recall, since we just had the tacos, we did have our safety goal met for the fourth quarter of last year. So we are having another one for workplace accidents. Under 10 is our goal for the first quarter. Currently, we only have one, so we're off to a good start. That's through January. So again, we did a good job last year, guys, on workplace safety, okay? Wearing your PPE helped a lot, okay? So we cut down on those hand injuries, some of those eye injuries by wearing goggles, gloves, bump caps. So that's our safety goal for workplace accidents. We are not doing very well on auto accidents, okay? So please listen up to this because we have already had 14 since January 1st. That's pretty terrible. 11 of those are preventable, so we'll concentrate on the 11 number. And 8 of those 11 were rear-end collisions, okay? So we moved the double the distance sign right up front so everybody could see it along with our eyes on path. But for the auto accidents, guys, rear-end collisions, it's following too closely and it's going too fast, okay? And I don't know if you guys watch any TV, but I saw about 14 commercials last night in the span of about an hour for personal injury attorneys, okay? And they are coming after companies just like us, okay? You can hear the ads. Do you drive a company vehicle, okay? They are going after companies like us, like I said, big time. And it's all these different firms. And you probably know them by heart since you see the commercials all the time. So we've really got to be careful with it, guys, because we are a target. We got a big target on our back, and you talk about affecting our profitability. Again, we have to carry a higher deductible so that we can afford the insurance in the first place. So every time we have something, we have to pay that deductible, okay, which hurts our profits and hurts your year-end bonus. So every time you get behind the wheel, guys, the only thing we need to think about is getting to the next stop safely. And that's really it. And in these rear-end collisions, the drivers were distracted. They admit it. They said, well, yeah, I wasn't concentrating, or I was looking at this, or I was looking at that. And that's what happens. It only takes that split second where you might have had time to stop, but if you're not really concentrating on the road, you're not going to be able to stop in time. So really need everybody to help us out with that. And again, just a reminder, personal use of the company vehicle is not allowed. We've had a couple of instances where, in fact, one accident occurred when somebody was using the vehicle personally, okay? So again, personal use of the company vehicle is prohibited. Violation is grounds for disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment. So please don't do that. It's risky, and in fact, depending on the use of the personal use of the vehicle, you may not be covered for insurance through the company if you do that. Okay? So it's a big deal. The one positive on driving, we are doing a lot better overall on our driving scores. We only have 11 high-risk drivers, 118 medium risk, and most everybody's low risk, which is great. The other thing I want to point out, the people that have had the accidents, they're generally in this range, okay? Too many harsh brakings, too many rapid accelerations, okay? You may get irritated a little bit when you hear the beep, 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 but basically that means you're probably braking too harshly or accelerating too quickly. And the people that do that are the ones that have tendency to have the accidents, okay? Direct correlation, no doubt about it. Okay, let's move on to some more pleasant news, which is our NPS scores, which are always fantastic. So I'd love to point this out. Pest Division, rock solid across the board. And we're getting some scores now from the different markets, Belton and Rio Grande Valley, so that's nice. Net Promoter Score for our lawn maintenance, pretty solid for lawn maintenance. That's a difficult one as we talk about lawn care, great numbers there. And our tree number always rock solid. Irrigation, no surprise since our irrigation numbers were so good. Look at those numbers. Landscape, solid for landscape as well. Our mechanical team, the numbers on mechanical have been fantastic, and you can see why. Some great net promoter scores in HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. And for our home improvement team, you can see there as well, great job by our handyman, our window teams, and our pool teams. So good job there. Social media reviews. These always help us, guys, if we can get these positive reviews. When you leave your message to the customer, if you can always stress a little bit, hey, if you can help us out with answering questions on our survey, and that'll lead them to a social media opportunity if they have a positive experience. So again, Google, always rock solid. Yelp, actually a little bit better. Facebook, we're always rock solid on Facebook too. So thank you for those. And overall, again, a fantastic number of 94 on our overall NPS score. So give yourselves a big round of applause for that, because that's you guys, so thank you. Great job there. Let's look at our call center. And our call center has been working hard, as you might imagine. We had some great numbers. This is our service level. The target is 80%, and we were above that in all our different disciplines, so that's fantastic. The number of calls by department, over $30,000 to reception, and again, that's in January. A total, again, of almost 90,000 calls. The pest division would like to give a shout out to the entire pest team. And what that means is the pest division concentrates on handling pest calls, but then our other CSR groups that have been certified in pest handle that overflow. So that's a good example of our advancement program for our call center. They can all get certified in different areas and increase their pay and increase our service levels. So you can see Nancy in reception had over 81,000 calls answered by herself. Dorothy Meisner in pest, Desiree in mechanical, Samantha Hurdle in lawn, Israel Martinez in dispatch, and Kristen Alvarez in home improvement. So great job there by our call center team. And a couple of examples of that, the home improvement team did a fantastic job of calling and scheduling window and gutter. You recall window was up 65%. Well, that group really called our maintenance customers, and we do have actually now some window maintenance customers, which is great. They got a lot of that scheduled. And once people get their windows cleaned once, guess what? They really, really like it. So we call them back and say, would you like to have it again done at a discounted rate, since we've cleaned them once already? And a lot of those customers said, you betcha. So that was great. And then the entire call center team came together, obviously, with the ICE event. We were just inundated with calls those first few days, and everybody did a fantastic job of helping each other out. So great job by the call center team. Be on the lookout. Tim let me know this morning we're going to have an updated device policy. So basically you're going to have to sign off that, yes, I've received these ABC devices. They've been issued to me and I'm responsible for them. So be on the lookout for that, because that'll be coming up. Let's look at our AMP slide. We always like to look at this. And again, we had slipped a little the last 2 months, but last month we were back in the positive totals. So again, our goal by the end of the year would be to get over 10,000. And again, those AMP customers really help us out, guys, in all our mechanical services. Great job by Taylor, CSR with 11, and she's out in College Station. Kim Saunders, one of our HVAC techs, and then Michelle and Robert Allen on the sales side. So great job there. Okay, lead line. And again, we always stress how critical lead line is to us overall in terms of our sales and our appointments that we get. So this is nice to see, a really nice lead line month to start out the year. 61% increase in overall leads and a 69% increase in the number of leads set up. So great job there. Again, over 1,300 scheduled leads in January. And those services that benefit a lot from that, of course, are things like tree and window, drain cleaning, things of that nature. So again, another great job by everybody on lead line. Here's the leaders. Blaze Burns, one of our plumbers. Jihad Best in Res Pest. Eli in commercial. Teresa Joubert in commercial. And Emmanuel Castillo in commercial. So you can see in Corpus Austin, great job by the commercial team. And again, that's a nice payout that you can put in your pocket for participating in LeadLine. For our sales team that participated, great job by Stephen Kasulias, San Antonio Landscape, Ricardo, Jason, John Ortiz, and Daryl in San Antonio. So again, some nice money they put in their pocket. Oh, by the way, and this is, again, the other way that we can generate leads through our own efforts. And Whitney, great job by Whitney, Maria, Desiree, Markeba, and Taylor. Again, scheduling those leads. And again, like I said, this is the area where they set them up. So 339 leads were set up that we would not have got those otherwise, guys. So again, that's a really great thing that we do to help each other out. So great job by our Oh, by the way leaders. Let's look at some advancements here. Then again, to use Bobby's favorite quote, if you aren't growing, you're dying. Lawn Division in Corpus, Mason Minard advanced to Lawn Care Specialist 1. So great job, Mason. And let's look at some promotions. We had some nice internal promotions. Anna, one of our lead receptionists, has moved to a ResPest CSR supervisor, so fantastic job, Anna. Scott Beadle's promoted to Austin Rodent Supervisor, and Mark Ibarra promoted to College Station ResPest Sales. So keep an eye for open, guys, for those internal job postings. If you're interested perhaps in something a little bit different than you're doing right now, that's a great way to do it. Some nice compliments, and I always like to read these. Sometimes if you're having a little bit of a rough day and you read these nice compliments, it makes you feel pretty good. This is for Ricky Rodriguez in Pool in San Antonio. ABC's doing my pool service. Ricky takes very good care of my pool. He cleans it, makes sure the chemicals are all balanced. Any questions I have, he will answer. He's always friendly and reliable. Would recommend him anytime. He was recommended to me by a neighbor whose pool that he takes care of. So again, that's one of the best ways we can expand the business, is for that neighbor to say, hey, try ABC, they're really fantastic. So great job there by Ricky. Nice shout out for Joe Cena, Lawn Care in Bell County. Joe, our technician, gave excellent customer service and was utterly professional and knowledgeable, paying attention to detail all the time. I highly recommend him and his fine company. So great job up in Bell County. This is for Ty Winkler, a handyman in Austin. Ty Winkler came and repaired my 3 sliding patio doors, changed the hardware on the locks. They're 25-year-old doors, so it was challenging. He got the job done. He did it very well. My doors work better than they did before, and the new hardware looks great. Thanks, Ty. Tell Bobby to give you a bonus. So Bobby's not here today, so we'll have to all tell Bobby to give him a bonus. So, all right, and this is for Steve Visca in Appliance Repair, San Antonio. Had a great experience with ABC, great communication prior to arrival, and technician showed up on time. He explained the issue with appliance and ordered the needed part. ABC sought the back-ordered part, informed us when to expect it. The same technician came back and promptly installed the part. Would definitely recommend and use ABC again. 0 thanks. So again, a lot of the different locations, a lot of different divisions, all getting good compliments. Let's look at our sales leaders for January. We have some excellent sales for January, and you can see there for residential, Mike Matthews was third up in Bell County. Great job, Mike. $48,700. Robert Allen, $49,900. And the leader was Tyson Hoff at $58,900. So shout out for those guys. Give them a round of applause, guys. Commercial, and that is not a misprint. Anthony Sanchez, $397,400 in sales. And again, a lot of that was that big commercial mowing job that we did for the school district. So fantastic job, Anthony. Caleb and Zach also had great months. But yeah, that's one of the higher totals we've ever seen. So great job, again, by our commercial guys. In-house commercial, big round of applause for those guys. In-house, Hannah Wiley was second, and Dave Clagern at $37,000 there. Great January. Our lawn leaders, Steve Kasula, now selling out of Austin, 100,000. Tyler Level, 77,000. And Jake in San Antonio, 65,000. Home improvement leaders, Tom Dash, and a great month by Kevin Rooks at 129.5. Let's give them a big round of applause. And mechanical. Again, those are some big numbers for this time of year. Miguel Ruiz primarily sells plumbing, and you know plumbing had a great month. Miguel sells the plumbing projects like tankless water heaters and such. Angela, one of our air conditioning salesmen, Robert Stengel in San Antonio, Mark Hogan, Art Mershot, and Jeff Blatt, water sales, those guys. So great job for all our mechanical sales leaders. So give them a round of applause. Okay, best drivers. Again, I really want to emphasize, guys, we need to improve our driving. So this is by branch. Fourth place, Austin. That doesn't surprise me. Corpus, third place at 1.2 events per 100 miles. San Antonio at 1, so College Station is the safest place to drive. So congratulations to our College Station guys. Best drivers with 0 infractions. Again, that's hard to do. So congratulations to the 20 people that did that in January. We take the top 12 randomly and put those into the drawing. And you can see from Austin, Corpus, San Antonio, and College Station all had a representative into the drawing. And Tim, if you would spin that and let's see who it's going to be. Stop it now. Oh, wow. I think it's George. I got to say, that is George Burns wins $50 to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, $50. So pretty awesome there. Fantastic. All right. The most improved drivers for December. And again, we took the top 12 as well. So again, congratulations to the guys who are improving. That's always a big deal for us. And we'll spin those, Tim. Let's see who wins it. Let's stop it now. Mike Navarrete, one of our plumbing, on the irrigation team in San Antonio. So great job by Mike. Congratulations there. Okay, we are going to start up our United Way campaign again. We have always been big participants with United Way. We've kind of slacked off a little of that during COVID, so we'd really like to get that going again. And it's going to be February 20th through March 3rd is going to be kind of the campaign week. The United Way is a way that you can contribute to be a philanthropist, and help out some of the underprivileged neighbors here in Austin and all your cities. And Beth Kruger's heading that up in Austin, Omar in College Station, Stephen Myers, San Antonio, and Jimmy Fielding in Corpus. So again, we'll have more information on the United Way campaign, but that's where we can facilitate a little bit of a contribution from everybody, whether it's $1, $2, $5, a paycheck, and everybody in the company can participate in that. And usually we have good participation in United Way. So again, it's a way that you can give back to the community, and it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It's just, if everybody gives a little bit, it really can make an impact. And the United Way really works with so many different agencies here in Austin. They work with great agencies like Any Baby Can and Caritas and things of that nature. So when you're a United Way contributor, again, you're contributing to the underprivileged in our own towns. And the money stays local, which is nice. It doesn't go to some big organization across the country. It stays local and it's distributed locally. So that's all good stuff. Okay, we're coming up on our Kite Fest. Again, we finally had it in person last year for the first time in a couple of years before that. But we are starting to gather volunteers for that. That is ABC's signature event. It's going to take place on a Saturday this year, which I think is a good thing. We can recover on Sunday. But again, the more volunteers we have, the lighter the work for everybody. So again, more to come on that. But remember, it's going to be April 1st this year on Saturday in Zilker Park. So we'll start the information on how we can volunteer. And again, it's usually a pretty short shift on that Saturday. We're going to make it a better experience for the volunteers this year. We're actually going to provide water and snacks and an easy way to get into the park, hopefully. So if you're a volunteer, it should be pretty seamless, but it really would help out. Again, that's our signature event. So please consider that if you would. Okay, lights on, please. And I think that's actually everything we had. So thanks for your attention this morning, guys. A good January, and let's have a good 2023. Thank you.